Well, there's the issue. She should be about that long. No, I'm gonna go get a fucking mallet. Hey guys, welcome back. So, post dyno video. Only thing that's gone bad so far is that tensioner makes too much tension. Basically, it's killing the pulleys and making them squeal. Because there's not enough stretch allowed, so that one's fine because of the how much length there is, but these two are under so much tension because of this tensioner. It's actually, these are all tightened down at the dyno, so don't ask me how that happened, but three have made their way out. The fourth one's still, the fourth one's starting to come out, so unsure what happened there, but they were tightened down. We'll have to use some Loctite now, but yeah, so I'm gonna remove the super tensioner because we don't need to worry about making big power at the moment, and I'm gonna go I got a larger pulley, because obviously this will only work with the big one, so I'm going to go to a 66mm pulley, just to get a bit more circumference as well, and go back to a stock tensioner. But I do have, belt wise, an RPM style belt, and the good thing about these is these are actually designed for motorsport, and look at that grip. So should be alright. So let's pull this puppy out of here and put the standard one back in. Alrighty, so super tensioner is now out. No issues around there. Nothing's been touching. Intake pipe's fine. So we'll come over here and inspect it. The bearing itself feels fine. I feel no issues whatsoever. But on the actual on here there's a bit of movement, so it's either this just not, it's obviously cold at the moment, so it's a lot looser than if it was hot, because when I put that on last time it was tight, but it's obviously a lot looser now, so it's worn itself down over time and we've made itself loose, therefore the alignment's off a bit, but that's all I can think of. All the bolts look 100% straight, so no issue in the bolt department. This bearing feels fine, it's not moving. It is a bit noisy though, so all the belt dust. It's only been on there for a couple of couple of weeks, so she was definitely under a lot of tension. And then we've got the far one, and the far one feels fine. No lateral movement, no sideways movement, no noise. Alright, well, did its job. Would I say it's a sellable product? Hell no. I wouldn't want this in my car. But with the right machining and the right people, it definitely is a good idea. Just don't use a tensioner from a 7-litre Cummins diesel motor, but definitely works. But let's put the other one back in and go back to stock looking again. No squeaky pulleys for me anymore. Well, there's the issue. She should be about that long. I'm gonna go get a fucking mallet. Come on. Here. Oh, it's not even. It's like welded itself on there. How the fuck are they still even making boost? Fuck me. Slowly. Oh shit. Woo! So it took out a coil then. I missed it all. No, we're good. Come on. There we go. Well, I'd have to say, oops, there it is there. I'll have to somehow get that out. But I can officially say, I think this 64mm pulley is done for. All inside's been cut up after it's snapped and spun around. Still made boost though. Sort of was down a bit of power. So it's bent the edges, try and pull it off. Not fully bent, but anyway, put a 66mm pulley on it, just get it a bit extra grip. But I'm gonna have to get that bad boy out now. Gotcha. So this is a 64mm pulley. Took it into work. As you can see how much the exposed bolt dug into the back of it, causing a massive lip. And as well, there is a bit of damage to the outside. I'm not sure what that's from, but I'm going to retire this pulley for the moment and leave it to the new pulley. I'll probably get another 64 later on and we'll put it back on when we need it, but at the moment this actual pulley is yeah, I'll retire this just in case, because even though most grip on a pulley happens in the actual side of the grooves and not the top, yeah, may as well get an actual proper one that's not destroyed like this. So just like the clutch. Now onto the pool room. So pulley arrived in the mail today, 67mm. That's the next size up from 64. So Yellow Cherry did well, sent it up in a day. So let's put it back on, eh?
Be great. No, I mean, it looks like you need a part, eh? Well, yeah, when it's fixed, we can celebrate, but let's deal with first things first. Well, I can probably take you to a gas station, eh? You have cash, eh?
Alrighty, it's all back on there. I couldn't use the RPM belt. It just wouldn't fit with the 67mm pulley. So I'll keep it for the 64 when I want to use it again. But at the moment, the old Fleet Runner green top works perfectly. So all new bolts in there, spring washers behind it to give extra tension. Perfect. Alrighty. And actually drive to work tomorrow morning. Oh, we got some clearance issues. Oh, that's not good. Oops. Seems my pulley, this one here, has been rubbing on my boot liner. So we got BIGEV back in the shed. Took it out for a drive, did some logging, and the boost is sitting around about 21-22 pounds. At the moment, that's kind of like a nice happy medium, because by going to a 67mm pulley, we've decreased the amount of power that requires to spin the charger and get less valve slip. We are running not the super tensioner anymore, so it's a nice happy medium again. We will keep the 64mm pulley, which is over there, and when we need to use the super tensioner, I did make it with different tension settings. so we can reduce the amount of tension on it as well. Like that was basically right back to the max of the dyno, but moving pulleys around, we might be able to get a little bit less tension, but the same amount of grip. So I'll be doing some more work on that. But at the moment, what I want from this car is just to make it more friendlier to drive. So I'll be doing things like I've got to put a new spigot bearing in behind the flywheel instead of the bronze bush. That might help shifting, get quicker shifts, as well as I will rework the throttle body cable to get a better accelerator pedal feel, being still cable driven, doesn't fly by wire. But that's pretty much it for BIGEV at the moment. Just want to drive it, put it in some events, and we'll go from there. But in terms of projects coming forward, I do have a few things. So the diff that we took out a while ago, here it is, the 373s with a Harrop true track. We've got that, and we have a Harrop diff cover to go on the rear end. That will obviously reduce axle tramp. So there'll be another project coming up. Because that's a VT rear end, probably look at upgrading to a VX Series 2 to VZ rear end, because they have a better articulation and it's fixed a bit of camber issues. So what else do we have? So being 10 shed TV, anything that goes in the shed will go on the channel. So that's including, I'm going to be restoring my grandfather's old Scott Bonner from the 1970s. That'll be one thing. I've also got a few bit of different things. I've got to work on the Colorado, which is out the front, and as well as a few other different projects. I've got the aircon over there to go in. I've still got the aircon for Sean's car to go in, the evaporator core. Yep, so just stick around, like, subscribe, hit the bell, and when I get around to some more stuff, you'll see it first on Tin Shed TV.